President Trump praising Elon Musk this weekend and his efforts to reshape the federal government.
I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Trump doubling down after Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has shaken up Washington in the last few weeks, gaining access to some of the country's most sensitive payment systems and disrupting U.S. foreign aid programs.
You have used incredibly strong language, a constitutional crisis, grossly unconstitutional, pretty alarming language.
Yeah, listen, I think this is the most serious constitutional crisis the country has faced, certainly since Watergate. The president is attempting to seize control of power and for corrupt purposes.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And folks, this is a battle station situation. We are in a full-blown constitutional crisis. But Senator Chris Murphy just came out swinging, warning that what's happening right now with Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and DOGE is the biggest threat to democracy since Watergate.
The president wants to be able to decide how and where money is spent so that he can reward his political friends, he can punish his political enemies. That is the evisceration of democracy.
Donald Trump and his unelected billionaire crony Elon Musk are actively seizing control of federal agencies, gutting them from the inside, and shifting power to reward their allies and punish their enemies. This is happening right now. They are consolidating power, dismantling the federal government, and silencing their opposition in real time. And what are the Republicans doing? Yeah, they're helping them, covering for them, blocking the investigations, lying about votes, screaming about government waste while they let Musk siphon off taxpayer dollars and turn federal agencies into his own personal playground.
You stand that next to the wholesale endorsement of political violence with the pardons given to every single January 6th rioter, including the most violent who beat police officers over the head with baseball bats. And you can see what he's trying to do here. He is trying to crush his opposition by making them afraid of losing federal funding, by making them afraid of physical violence. And so, yes, this is a red alert moment when this entire country has to understand that our democracy is at risk. And for what? The billionaire takeover of government.
Meanwhile, the MAGA brainwashing machine is in full effect. Social media influencers are out here pushing lie after lie, saying USAID is corrupt, saying it funds Soros, the Clintons, whatever nonsense they can cook up. And Musk, he's the hero in their eyes. He's saving America while he dismantles it piece by piece. Let's talk about one of Musk's biggest targets, USAID. This is an agency founded by JFK, praised by Reagan and every president since. It used to stabilize countries, fight disease, provide food aid, and counter global threats. It was never controversial until now. And here's the kicker. Musk himself has taken money from USAID, millions, for Starlink in Ukraine. He's profited off of it, and now he's shutting it down to kill the investigation into his own corruption. But it's bigger than just Musk getting rich. Gut USAID and you weaken America's influence worldwide. You know who benefits? China. USAID has always been a thorn in China's side, keeping U.S. alliances strong, helping developing nations resist Chinese economic control. And Elon Musk? He's in bed with Beijing. His Shanghai Tesla factory is his biggest cash cow. His supply chain runs through China. If making China happy means sabotaging an American agency, then guess what? Musk's going to do it. And Trump? He's cheering it on.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it.
The president now saying he will tell Musk to do the same with the American education system and the Pentagon.
To go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
You remember Watergate? Richard Nixon got taken down over a burglary and a cover-up. A crime that, compared to what Donald Trump has done, looks like stealing a candy bar. Nixon's cronies, G. Gordon Liddy, John Mitchell, John Dean, they went to prison. Nixon resigned in disgrace. But now, fast forward to Donald Trump. Trump sold classified documents. Trump exposed CIA operatives. Trump rewarded criminals with pardons. And what happens? Republicans defend him. Imagine if Nixon had done what Donald Trump has done. Imagine if Nixon had been caught selling state secrets. Do you think that Gerald Ford would have still pardoned him? Hell no. But here's Trump, not only walking free, but promising to do worse. And Republicans, they're out here throwing a fit because Biden pardoned public servants who upheld democracy. Yeah, Biden pardoned people like Anthony Fauci and the January 6th committee staffers because if Donald Trump got back in power, he was going to come after them. He's going to prosecute them for doing their jobs. This is the most dangerous thing that's happening in our country today. Every single person should be paying attention. What would it take to convince people that their rights are at stake? That their very lives, their ability to control their own futures are on the line? If they understood what was at risk, do you think that they'd want to maybe, fight back? And if not, just Chris Murphy, Senator Elizabeth Warren is also raising the alarm. She called this a code red moment, and she's absolutely right.
If you have a bank account or a credit card or a mortgage or a student loan, this is code red. I am ringing the alarm bell. Elon Musk and the guy who wrote Project 2025, Russ Vought, are trying to kill the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. If they succeed, CEOs and Wall Street will once again be free to trick, trap, and cheat you. The CFPB is the little agency working to shut down scams and fraud on payment apps like Zelle and PayPal and Cash App. It's the agency that steps in when the big bank trips up and repossesses your car. It's the agency that's working to cut those crazy fees that banks and credit card companies buried down in the fine print, and then you got to pay for them. So why are these two guys trying to gut the CFPB? Not rocket science. Trump campaigned on helping working people, but now that he's in charge, this is the payoff to the rich guys who invested in his campaign and who want to cheat families and not have anybody around to stop them.
If you have a bank account, a credit card, a mortgage, or a student loan, this is code red. Elizabeth Warren is ringing the alarm bell because Donald Trump's guy, Russell Vought, and his billionaire crony Elon Musk are gutting the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Yep, the CFPB was created to stop banks from robbing people blind after the 2008 crash, and it has forced corporations to return over $21 billion to families they cheated, including hundreds of millions of dollars to veterans scammed by predatory lenders. Let's get real here. This isn't about saving money. It's about handing over complete control to the rich Wall Street. And Wall Street is licking their chops because they're about to bring back credit card scams, overdraft fees, payday loan traps, and all other predatory garbage the CFPB was keeping in check. Biden's administration capped these junk fees, but now with the stroke of a pen, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are setting them loose again. And who's going to feel it first? Not the billionaires, not the politicians. It's going to be the working poor, the people already struggling to keep their heads above water. And don't think for a second that it stops at banking. They want this country in economic chains, making it impossible for regular people to ever get ahead. And what are the Republicans doing? Absolutely nothing for their voters. These are the same people who are supposed to represent entire districts, not just the millionaires and donors stuffing their pockets. Instead, they're actively punishing the very people who put them in office. There are Republicans right now with constituents who rely on Social Security, food stamps, VA benefits, programs that protect working class families, and they are selling them out for billionaires who will never know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. This is a party that thrives on keeping people poor, angry, and desperate because the more people suffer, the easier they are to control. And the worst part, some of these same struggling people still believe that Donald Trump is fighting for them. They don't even realize that they have been absolutely conned. And while this is happening, what is Donald Trump doing? He's going to the damn Super Bowl to soak up attention. Like some washed up reality star who can't stand not being in the spotlight. Could you imagine Nixon pulling a stunt like this? JFK? Any president who actually took their job seriously? This is a man who needs constant worship. And thanks to Elon Musk and his bot-driven propaganda machine, he gets it. People are being brainwashed into thinking that this guy is some kind of savior while he tears the entire country apart. And the scariest part, the window to fight back is closing fast. These people aren't just cutting programs, they're eliminating the people who enforce the rules. They are firing regulators, dismantling watchdogs, and making sure that there is no one left to hold them accountable. The Republican Party has abandoned its voters, it's abandoned its country, and abandoned basic decency. What they are doing is not just corrupt, it's criminal. And maybe one day, if there is a God, their people will be held accountable for the suffering they've inflicted on millions of people. Because this isn't just an economic crisis. This is a global destabilization effort. They are throwing our economy into chaos. They are destroying protections that prevent financial collapse. And they are making sure that the rich get richer while the rest of us are fighting just to survive. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.